Mr. Broska, how important do you feel is collaboration between City Hall and the Board of Education and the Superintendent of Schools?
It's probably one of the most important things that we face. The school system within a city is the image of the city. If we have a good system, if we have nice schools, if we have good amenities, then it's going to be attractive for our city. And it's going to attract the people to our affordable housing. It's going to attract people to the jobs that are available within the city. I've built a strong relationship with Mike Dalbaugh. We converse on a regular basis. We've shared plans, we've shared ideas, we've shared things that we can do as a school system and as a city to cooperate and collaborate. Working with the school system is probably, they're their own separate government. They're elected. They have a mayor and Mike Dalbaugh. So we have the two entities that we have to blend and we have to mold. And we do have to work together. It's all important for all of us out here. And it is absolutely imperative that we continue to build a relationship that we have with the school system.
First of all, I'd like to rebut what the mayor had to say on the last one. He talked about he's going to find a city hall, find a way to get you a city hall. Last week, I debated him up at Cleveland Plain Dealer. He said he had a plan. He had a public-private partnership. He's talking about spending $10 or $15 million. That was last week. That's what I'm talking about, long-term plans. We cannot continue in this town to keep flying by the seat of our pants. We're never going to get it, ever. Talk about 14, State Route 14. Now it's important to widen it, he says. When it was at Planning Commission, it wasn't important. We debated not too long ago at Lakeside Terrace. He stood right there, said it was not a crash problem. It was not a crash problematic area. It did not need widened. Tonight it needs widened. He says that's not going to happen until 2021. We can't afford to wait till 2021 for State Route 14. I've lived there my entire life. I know what goes on up and down that road. There's 25,000 cars a day. We cannot take a chance for a child to get hurt over there. We absolutely cannot. We have to exhaust every avenue we can to get that road widened immediately. There's no choice. Talk about a relationship with the school. I have a good relationship with Mr. Dalbaugh. Talk to him on a regular basis since the project's been going on over here because he knows I have extreme knowledge of construction. And I also, economic development. Economic development, I'm going to get the schools money. That's going to create a good environment. Thank you.
Mr. Allen, how would you re-implement a community care program for seniors? I know the tax bill says we have one, but it's not.
A committee for what?
A community care program for seniors.
I'm already the senior liaison. I already implement my own senior care center. I go see the seniors all the time. I take care of the seniors. I have been fighting Camelot for the seniors. There's 340 seniors in Camelot. They took their mail away from them. They took curbside away from them, put it in centralized box units. And I've been fighting this alone. And when I become mayor, I'm going to implement something for the seniors. Absolutely. Be a care program or whatever it is for the seniors and implemented by me. Thank you.
We have tried a few programs to help the seniors. We know that there are problems that they need addressed. Raking leaves, fixing things around their house. We have to find a way to help the seniors. It's not an easy task. People are busy, families are busy. People want to get paid for it. We have taken care of the seniors as well as we possibly can. They have a good senior center. We see them down there all the time. They play their cards, they play pool, they have fundraisers, they have cookouts, they go on trips. I believe that we offer a good amount of programs for our seniors, but there is more that we can do. And we will continue to look into every avenue that we can to find the things that we can do to help the seniors in our community. They've given a lot to us. They were the ones that built this community, and they deserve to be taken care of. And we will exhaust every avenue to try and find the things that we can do to help them do to help them get the things done that they need done.
Mr. Broska, the city's debt has been brought up as an issue in this campaign. How do you view the city's debt situation? Would you say that the city is progressive in terms of revenue generation?
My opponent has repeatedly said, I've incurred $10 million in debt. That is a blatantly false statement. The existing debt the day before I took office was $8.4 million. The day before I took office. During my time, the city has only financed 2 additional items. The water tower, which went in 2000, which beginnings of the water tower was in 2003. The bill came due on my watch. We got it built. It was financed by $3.5 million in bonds approved by council. The Seasons Road improvement was the other debt that incurred under my watch. $178,000 total cost, a no-interest loan. And I've managed our debt well. Only 4.8% of the city's annual expenditures are spent on debt service. Mr. Allen's going to come up here and say it's 56%. He took a number, he's going to take a number out of the Standard & Poor's because it's a big number. Standard & Poor's looked at that as a great number for the city of Streetsboro. The mayor cannot incur debt alone. I need city council's approval. There's 7 of them and 1 of me. The 2 pieces of debt incurred during my term were unanimously approved by council.
Let's talk about facts, real facts. Real facts are we are $12 million in debt, over 12 million, 12.1 million. He speaks of a number, 56.2%, the annual debt ratio. That's correct. That is what is in Standard & Poor's rating. It's in there because it's a relative number. It's a relative number in business. It's a relative number when you run a school or a community or a business. It's a relative number, how deep you're in debt to your annual income. 56.2% of our annual income is over 12 million. Their math is exactly the same as my math. My numbers came from our finance department. Her number are the same as my numbers. He speaks of the 10 million, that he didn't finance the 10 million. He absolutely financed over $10 million in long-term debt. Long-term debt. We had a short-term note on a bond, on a piece of property that he chose. Never gave council a chance, never gave us a choice. 4 councilmen asked to sell that property. 1 councilman asked for options, put it out there, see what it's worth. None of that happened because he said, I wanted a park. I want a park. Not the community, not the city, I. That's what he said. He chose that debt. He chose that debt for this city. And he waited till the bond expired and shoved it down council's throat. That's why it's his debt. He owns it. He had a choice in it. The water tower. He wants to say the water tower is not his. Council asked him, one of our best financial people on council, Mr. Claypool, gave him options. Told him, we only need to finance half this. We do not need to finance $4 million. We only need to finance half, maybe 1.5. He chose it all and shoved it down council's throat. And he is responsible for over $10 million worth of debt. And our debt is that large, and it's real. Whether you think it's real or not, Standard & Poor's, they state their opinion on raising our bond rating. It's their of the opinion that Standard & Poor's rating is based on the opinion that Streetsboro will not take on any more debt in the foreseeable future. That's how concerned they are about the debt.
Mr. Allen, time has expired.
Thank you.
Mr. Allen, is there any type of development project that you can see that would be important enough to consider taking on additional debt?
Nope.
First off, I want to go back a little bit. For the life of me, I cannot understand how I can shove something down council's throat. There are 7 of them and 1 of me. And without their vote, I can't do anything. So this stuff up here, he shoved it down their throat. And Mr. Claypool said this, if they wanted that, that's what they could have had done. I can't do that from the floor. I mean, this is ridiculous to listen to this type of rhetoric that I supposedly can do this without council's approval. I cannot incur debt without council's approval. And I don't shove stuff down their throat. I make my opinion known. I make the things known that I would like to see done. And we engage in healthy debate. And we go on and on. But this idea that I shove something down council's throat is absolutely ludicrous.
Mr. Broska, what would you say to somebody who is considering moving into Streetsboro? In other words, how would you sell the city?
Where do I start? We're a city on the move. We have affordable housing for every wage earning person that wants to be out there. If they can't afford to buy a house, they can live in one. They can afford to in one of the many types of apartments that we have. We have starter homes. We have Next Step. We have the next step after that. We even have the homes that, if you finally make it big and you want to buy a $500,000 home, you can do that. We have amenities for you. We have a great park system, and it's getting better. We have a school system that is rated excellent in many areas. We're building a brand new high school. We're going to refurb our middle school. We're going to build campus, we are rebuilding campus elementary school. There are so many things that we can, you have 34 places to eat in town. You can eat a different place every night. We are constantly improving the city. Nothing was done, virtually nothing was done before I took office. In the last 4 years, we have made so many improvements in this city because we have managed our finances effectively and we've been able to do the things that we're going to do. And we're not done yet. We're going to continue to improve Thomas Heritage Park. We're going to continue to improve our city park. We are going to do the things that we need to do to continue to attract people to move into our city and enjoy the quality of life that they can have here.
First of all, I'd like to recognize all the past city officials in here that worked their tail off and thought they got something done. I've sat up there much longer than Mr. Broska's been in town watching the politics in this town. I know why the things are getting done. 2% income tax increase under Tom Wagner. We were almost in fiscal emergency. How about them and that committee that was put together? Worked their tails off day after day after day to get that. We didn't get that, people, we would be in fiscal emergency today. How about our Art Scott's administration with the leadership of council, strong leadership from council? Put away 20% of that money for capital improvements, which gave us $2.2 million. Those people are sitting in this room. Mr. Art Scott, I'm embarrassed of that statement that he made. I'm proud of my past city officials. You work very hard. How would I sell this city? I would sell this city that it's a great location. We're the hub in Northeast Ohio. Our schools in Upper Cumming. We have great new facilities for our schools. They're really ramping up their education over there. And that's all I got. Thank you.